It's that time of year again. The Toronto International Film Festival is nearly upon us. Every September, TIFF brings forth a number of exciting movies, many of which end up becoming the centerpieces of awards season. Last year's festival featured major titles like The Wild Robot, Conclave, and The Life of Chuck. This year's TIFF is doubly exciting, because it's the festival's 50th year, and it's my very first time attending. It's always been a dream of mine to go, and every year I've gobbled up every review and scrap of news that came out of the event. This time, I'll get to experience it myself. Taking place September 4th to 14th, the TIFF 2025 lineup is full of exciting titles from incredible filmmakers and actors. Narrowing down a list of my most anticipated titles was no easy feat, believe me when I say there are several more on my radar beyond the 10 movies described below, but when factoring in the more universal buzz, we can pick out the biggest projects. Motor City. Alan Ritchson standing in front of bars with a tense expression on his face in Motor City. Alan Ritchson has cemented himself as one of the strongest action stars working today thanks to his role on Prime Video's Reacher, and with Potsy Ponsaroli's Motor City, he takes his skills to a whole new level. Here, he plays a man framed for a crime he didn't commit and sent to prison. Years later, when he's released, he sets out on a path of revenge. Motor City's supporting cast includes Shailene Woodley as Ritchson's love interest and Ben Foster as the gangster who frames him. Most interestingly, the movie is largely dialogue-free. For anyone who enjoys Ritchson's action chops, they'll love getting the chance to see him tackle a new kind of character in a unique format. Eternity. Miles Teller, Callum Turner, and Elizabeth Olsen in Eternity. Already on tap to be released by A24 later this year, David Frayn's Eternity puts forth a compellingly heart-wrenching concept. What if, in the afterlife, you were forced to choose between your first, lost love and your enduring, second chance romance? Any fan of speculative fiction and romance will be intrigued by this one. Elizabeth Olsen plays a recently deceased woman who finds herself in the afterlife and given 1 week to choose who to spend eternity with. She's caught between her partner of several decades, Larry, Miles Teller, and her first husband, Luke, Callum Turner, who died tragically young. The cast alone is great, but I'm especially excited to see where the thought-provoking concept goes. Plus, based on the trailer, it looks like Frayn has constructed a vibrant world that'll be amazing to see on the big screen. The Christophers. Michaela Coel looks at Ian McKellen, who stands in a doorway, in The Christophers. Steven Soderbergh's Black Bag is one of my favorite movies of 2025 so far, so it's no surprise that I'm eagerly anticipating the director's next feature, with another Magneto actor, no less. The Christophers stars Ian McKellen as a renowned artist whose children, Jessica Gunning and James Corden, devise a scheme to have a forger, Michaela Coel, complete his unfinished works and earn a profit off their sale. McKellen and Coel will go toe-to-toe in this comedy, promising an unexpectedly fascinating pairing. This year alone, Soderbergh has produced a ghostly horror film, Presence, and a slow-burn spy thriller, Black Bag, so to see him turn so suddenly to a comedy rife with familial intrigue and a touch of deception makes The Christophers a must-watch TIFF entry. Ballad of a Small Player. Colin Farrell lit in neon from behind in The Ballad of a Small Player. Director Edward Berger has become a major name during award seasons, with his last two efforts, All Quiet on the Western Front and Conclave, picking up a slew of trophies from various organizations. Ballad of a Small Player could very well earn similar acclaim. Starring Colin Farrell, the movie follows a traveling gambler falling more and more into debt, all while being chased by a detective, Tilda Swinton, who knows all too well what kind of person he is. With Conclave, Berger pulled a layered, compelling performance out of Ralph Fiennes and steered him to a Best Actor nomination, and the same could be true here for Farrell. The Smashing Machine. Dwayne Johnson in The Smashing Machine. Dwayne Johnson is known for his big, tough guy roles in action franchises like Fast and Furious and in more divisive titles such as Red Notice. Now, though, he's showing off what he can truly do as an actor with Benny Safdie's The Smashing Machine. Playing real-life UFC fighter Mark Kerr, Johnson underwent a drastic physical transformation to chronicle the highs and devastating lows of his career. I'm a strong defender of 2021's Jungle Cruise, which I believe is one of the rare Johnson outings where the actor plays a fairly new character, and here, he'll reunite with his love interest, Emily Blunt. Getting to see their chemistry in a more intense, hard-hitting drama is something I simply can't pass up. Hamnet. Jessie Buckley as Agnes in Hamnet. With Nomadland, Chloe Zhao became the first woman of color to win Best Director at the Academy Awards, and now, after a brief trip to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the director returns to the quieter, heartfelt dramas she excels at. Hamnet is based on the novel by Maggie O'Farrell and explores the relationship between William Shakespeare, Paul Mescal, and his wife, Agnes, Jessie Buckley, after an unimaginable tragedy. The recently released trailer for Hamnet offers only a small glimpse of what Zhao has in store, but it's full of rich visuals and what could be award-worthy performances from Buckley and Mescal. Based on the premise, it seems this won't be an easy watch, but with Zhao's direction and a winning lead pair, it should be a very rewarding one. No Other Choice. Lee Byung-hun is falling down in No Other Choice. Acclaimed filmmaker Park Chan-wook returns to TIFF 3 years after decision to leave with his latest movie, the satirical No Other Choice. It stars Squid Game's Lee Byung-hun as an employee at Solar Paper who, after years of dedicated service, is abruptly fired. Desperate for a new form of employment, he sets out to knock off the competition for an open position at a different company. This is a timely story that has the opportunity to be twisted, hilarious, and devastatingly relatable. It could feature some of the year's most talked about moments and secure Park the awards attention he missed out on when decision to leave was snubbed. Ahead of its debut at TIFF, it'll premiere at the Venice International Film Festival, easily one of the fall's buzziest titles. Hedda reunites Tessa Thompson with her Little Woods director Nia DaCosta for a fresh reimagining of the Henrik Ibsen play Hedda Gabler. Thompson plays the titular character, a bored housewife who, in the midst of an extravagant society party, decides to play some games with her guests. It also stars Imogen Poots, Tom Bateman, and Nina Hoss. DaCosta earned rave reviews for her take on Candyman, and her reinvention of this classic play promises to be just as rich and compelling. Coupled with Thompson's lead performance and a new queer lens, Hedda is without a doubt one of the movies I'm most desperate to see at TIFF.